There's nothing more infuriating than coming into work on a Monday and realizing that so many people got promoted except you're not on the list. And when you look at who got promoted, you're like, what the fuck? How did those people deserve to get promoted, but I keep getting overlooked? I was an invisible workhorse for years, and I used to resent the mediocre Bobs of the world who seemed to just glide up the corporate ladder with so much ease when I knew they weren't working as hard, they weren't as talented as me, and yet they were getting ahead while I was stuck. And in my sneaky observation skills, I realized that these mediocre Bobs that are getting promoted were doing 4 things that I was absolutely not doing at all. Mediocre Bob was practicing office politics. He was managing his perceptions. He was building strategic relationships. So no, maybe mediocre Bob didn't have time to actually get his work done, but he was still getting ahead because he was focusing on the right things, whereas I was focusing on the wrong ones. For example, I was working late, but mediocre Bob, he was working on becoming one of the chosen ones. I was making innocent mistakes that were derailing my advancement potential, while he was very keenly aware of the political rules, which are usually unspoken and invisible, which is why people like us are not even aware of them. I was just winging how I was perceived at work. I thought it was just going to be what it is, but mediocre Bob knew that he could control how people view him, how much they value him. And while I was busy working hard, mediocre Bob was building strong alliances. He not only had mentors, but he had sponsors, people with political clout that can actually give him opportunities. And finally, I was overwhelmed with imposter syndrome, and I was afraid to really speak up and share my brilliance, share my expertise. Mediocre Bob wouldn't shut the fuck up. And guess what? We can stay mad about it, or we can learn from it, because that's exactly what I did. When the last mediocre Bob got promoted over me, that was the final straw for me, and I vowed that I would learn all these skills, and that's exactly what I did. And in just 1 year, I doubled my salary, made it to the top of the corporate ladder, and was finally respected and, quite frankly, revered. So don't get mad at mediocre Bob. Learn from him, learn how to play the political game, and win.